Hello everyone, my name is Alex, and like many others, I've been caught up in the drama surrounding Unity's new pricing policy. My YouTube feed is overflowing with the content and opinions about this topic, and I felt that I have to share my thoughts about it as well. This is mostly for my subscribers and students who might feel anxious about the flood of information and strong reactions. To be honest, I'm quite stressed too, not primarily because of the actual news, but because of the drama around it. I highly recommend you not to follow emotions only, but to take a step back and take a rational look at the situation. I want to give you my perspective on this matter and answer the question people asked me if I will switch the engine. When I first saw the news, I was not worried at all. For those who may not be familiar, there's been a buzz about Unity's recent pricing policy change. In essence, the revenue threshold for licensing has shifted and Unity asks to pay per install fee if you reach a threshold. So, actual reason it didn't bother me is super simple. The previous threshold was 100k. That I never reached before. New threshold is a 200k. So for the most of the developers, it's an only improvement. There is no problem at all. The vast majority of developers do not come close to the previous threshold of 100k, including myself. Thus, an increase in the threshold to a 200k should theoretically be a welcome change for many, as it essentially means more developers can use Unity for free for a longer time before hitting that earning threshold. Let's take a look at this post CodeMonkey created. He asked people, genuine question. If the Unity fee was active right now, would you have to pay it? Did one of your games make over 200k in the past 12 months and over 200 copies sold lifetime? And 94% of the people says no, game revenue below 200k. This is the reality for most of the developers, which means nothing changes for them. But let's say we are among those 6% of people and now we have to worry about the fee and we have to take a look at the pricing list, alright? So if you have Unity Personal license or Unity Plus, if you reach a threshold of a 200k and 200k of installs, you need to pay per installation fee. Or you can switch to Unity Pro or Unity Enterprise. And in that case, your threshold would be $1 million and million of installation. And nobody in a good state of mind would stay on Unity Personal and pay 20 cents per installation. They would simply switch to Unity Pro or Unity Enterprise. It's just a common sense. I'm not the smartest guy, and even I can see that you just need to switch your license and problem solved. You don't have to pay anything but the license till you reach a new threshold. I guess it's safe to say that reaching 1 million of installs is an impossible task. And don't get me started on Stardew Valley or Valheim, it's a classic case of survivalship bias. So while we should always aim high, we must start from where we are. Let's imagine that you hit a revenue over 200k. At that point, the cost of Pro license is just 1% of earnings, which is $2,000 annually. For the enterprise version, it would be $5,000 per year, which is 2.5% from 200k, again, annually. And if you earn more, you don't have to pay more until you reach the threshold. Personally, if I were to earn 200k per year thanks to a game I developed in Unity, I would gladly pay for an enterprise or pro license. And the reason is very simple, because any success I would achieve would be in large part due to Unity. I don't see any problem of giving 1%, 2.5% or even 5% to Unity if their engine would help me to become successful. I believe these pricing changes primarily target the big players like Genshin Impact who make substantial amount of money using Unity's engine. Let's be clear-headed here about this. Unity first and foremost is a business. Its objective isn't just to provide a stellar game engine, but also to turn a profit. That's the nature of any business. There will always be changes in any industry, and it's how we adapt and move forward that defines us as a creator. As for me, as I previously mentioned, the new policy does not change anything for me. I'm just a guy who likes to make cool stuff. I never had an ambition of making $1 million, but I always had an urge to channel my creativity somewhere. I tried many things and nothing has inspired me more than making video games. Unity simply allows me to do that for free. It offers me a playground for adults where I can craft, build and bring my ideas to life. Unity has both practical and emotional value to me. It has been a simple and welcoming platform to start with, and I've become a better version of myself. I was just another guy who was blend it into 9 to 5 routine playing video games till midnight, and then after that I would pointlessly spend my weekends without knowing what I'm doing with my life, without even changing a t-shirt to a clean one. And thanks to Unity and its community, I turned into someone who makes video games, who creates something. And I'm not saying my t-shirt is clean now, but it has been a rewarding journey, and I found a bit of a purpose in that. When I learned not only how to make video games, but also I picked up programming skills, which before felt impossible. Unity has turned me into a better version of myself, igniting my creativity and constantly inspiring me to craft something new. It allowed me to start this channel, and honestly, being able to tell people I make video games does feel like a substantial flex during the conversation. I will continue to make tutorials and courses in Unity. I may try different engines, but simply out of curiosity and because of that only, I spent last 3 to 4 years in Unity, and switching to another engine and gaining same level of confidence would take me a long time. Considering the fact that I do not have any game earning $1 million, it's just not worth it. As for my subscribers and fellow creators, I urge you to think clearly, listen to the various opinions, and avoid getting swept up in the panic. Make decisions that align best with your goals and circumstances. And always remember, just because a popular YouTuber switches to Godot, Unreal, or any other engine, it doesn't necessarily mean it's the best choice for you. Alright, to wrap this up, at the heart of it, not much has really changed. Let's channel our energy and passion back into what we love the most, making games. I would love to hear your thoughts on this, and also let me know what you think of this new game I'm making. Is it cool?